Hey guys, what is up? It is Sabrina here and welcome back to another video on my channel. Today I'm going to be taking you guys along as I thrift some books. I'm going to take you guys to a couple used bookstores and just show you guys the selections. It's fall now, so I'm kind of trying to get into the thriller books again, mystery books, things like that. We'll see what I find. Maybe we'll find some classics. Hopefully this video can inspire and encourage you guys to go and thrift for some books as well. You can find some really good stuff. I've definitely picked up books in the past, thrifted, that I was not even sure about, never heard of them, and they became my favorite books. I also want to show you guys my fall perfume mix. So first I have this like body spray. This is a Mix Bar Vanilla Bourbon Body Mist that is from Target, and I really love to just start off with this base. And then I have this hazelnut eau de parfum. I don't know what you call this, but this is like the heavier stuff. I have this thrifted white cable knit sweater, these thrifted trousers, and then we have my my Doc Marten boots that just add that fall element. Now let's go thrift for some books. All right, so let's just jump right into it. This first bookstore is just a used one that I have here in my hometown, and it's honestly the only used bookstore that I really have close by. And I was surprised to find some of the titles that I've actually read before when I was a teenager. For example, Before I Fall, I've read this book, and I also think they have a movie out now. I read this one in high school. Everything, also read this one. Fun fact, I read this book in one day when I was younger, literally from morning to lunchtime. I think I finished the whole thing. All the Bright Places, this one I've also read in high school. I think I was in the young adult section and I didn't realize it until a bit later. Not saying I recommend these titles necessarily, but I was an avid reader in high school. This book, Stolen, I've seen on so many people's book talks. I'm not really sure if it's a good book or not. They had a bunch of Robin Hood books here as well. I actually own this Me Before You book. I've also seen the movie many times and I really love the story, but I hate the ending so much. I think it's the dumbest thing ever. I'm just sifting here through the adult romance section and contemporary romance. I'm not a huge fan of romance, but I have read a few titles and I will read some here and there. I'm really picky about my romance novels. It has to not have certain things in it. It has to have a really good, strong plot and meaning behind it. Otherwise, I won't read it. If you are a mom, I highly recommend that you bring somebody with you if you have your kids. That way you can actually focus on everything in front of you. This book, Nerve, I've actually seen the movie of, and the movie is really good and nerve-wracking. Not sure how the book is because I haven't read it. I also found some Hardy Boy books as well as Nancy Drew, and I've heard such good things about Hardy Boys, so I actually called a friend up and I was asking him if he recommends these particular ones that I found, and he said yes. And so I also found Nancy Drew. This friend also told me that the first 10 books of Nancy Drew are really good, but anything after that is kind of a hit or miss, so I didn't really find any from before. Moving on, I found some Francine River books, and I highly recommend her. I love her books. I have a lot of them. And the reason is because she is a very good writer. A lot of Christian fiction can sometimes be cringy or poorly written. And I find that her books are very descriptive and gorgeous writing. I highly, highly recommend. I'm not a huge fan of romance novels, like I said, but the ones that she writes are very much well-rounded. I found this parenting section. I found this Oh Crap potty training book, which I was going to buy on Amazon a few months ago and then decided not to. But I just thought it was funny that I found it here at a thrift store. There's a lot of Amish and Mennonite romance if that's what you're into. I found a ton of Karen Kingsbury. Again, not really my cup of tea, but if you are into that, go check out thrift stores because they definitely have a lot of those types of books. As far as mystery and thrillers go, I didn't find a lot of contemporary ones and I didn't really like the older ones I was finding. Okay, we just finished at the first bookstore, and this one, as you guys could see, there's a lot of like really old books, like decades old, that are not really my style. I don't know why. For me, like, the font matters. It's too small and old looking. It's just hard for me to stay engaged. I did get 3 books, so make sure you stay till the end so you see what I got. I'll do a little haul and explanation of all the books I got. We're on to the second bookstore, and this one is a little bit newer. Definitely a lot more brand new options of books here, so it's a little more expensive, but it is such a vibe. It's really fun to just walk around. I'll show you guys. Moving on to the next bookstore. This one honestly kind of disappointed me a little bit because I remember this bookstore having a fair share of both brand new and used books, but I was just seeing only brand new books and the prices were out of this world. Almost double the price you could find on Amazon. I did think that this readable modern day version of the Pilgrim's Progress was interesting, but again, the price was out of this world, so I did not get it. I did find more Francine Rivers here, and then C.S. Lewis. They had pretty much all of his books, which was really cool, and I love C.S. Lewis, so highly recommend if you haven't read him before. He is very popular, so finding him at thrift stores is actually kind of difficult, but I have found some of his books at thrift stores. You just gotta check around. I did look into the thriller section. I did find this one. I have A Silent Patient, and I highly recommend that one. It's a very good one. Heard things about this book as well, but haven't read it. I did find this homeschooling book that I'm really interested in, and again, it was really expensive here, but I'm just gonna wait till the price maybe goes down on Amazon and I'll buy it from there. I have readjusted this camera so many times, so hopefully this is gonna work. It is time to show you all of the books that I got. Now, I will be so for real with y'all, I didn't actually get that much. I only ended up getting 3 books, but I'm still gonna share them with you, and hopefully this video was still inspiring. I actually ran into a lot of books that I already own that I was really surprised to see there, so that was cool. The first 2 books that I got were actually these old classic Hardy Boys mystery stories. I did not grow up reading the Hardy Boys, and I really wish that I had, because I hear from so many bookworms that these were like such good fond memories of their childhood. And like I said, I just did not have that, but now I will be reading them, and I will be getting them to my children when they're obviously old enough to read them. But I got the first and the third one in the series, and this first one is just The Tower Treasure, Franklin W. Dixon. The third one is called The Secret of the Old Mill. One thing I really like about these older ones is just the style of the outside of the book. I didn't want to buy the whole collection brand new. I really like this old vintage feel to the book, and as you guys can see, like the cover is old, the pages inside are old, but it is not that super annoying small font like you see in most old books. That's one thing I cannot stand about old books, is like the font drives me nuts, and so this one is very actually readable and bearable. It will get to the point where I will not read a book if the font is super small and annoying to read. Anyways, they're in great condition, so I did get these 2, and they were the only ones they had. Otherwise, I obviously would have gotten more. I am trying to grow my collection of like classics and good reads for my kids, obviously way down the line. And the other book that I got was called We Were Liars by E. Lockhart. I have no idea what I'm getting into with this book, so it could be a very good read or it could be a very bad read. I've heard so much about this, and it's such a popular title. I looked it up on Amazon. It has 74,000 reviews, and they're mostly good. So I decided to get it because it was literally $5, and it's actually really cheap on Amazon too. I think it was like $7.50 on Amazon. It's in really good, practically new condition, and basically looks like it's a little bit of a mystery. The tale of love and romance, a tale of tragedy, and I really like tragedies, so if it ends in a tragedy and it's a really good, deep, soulful book, then I will be happy. If it focuses too much on the romance and it gets too, I don't know, just too much, then I don't like the book. So we'll see. I have no idea, and I'm not recommending this to anybody because I do not know what the contents inside this book are. I didn't get anything from the second bookstore because it was all basically new books and they were really overpriced. But I did browse, and I did include some really aesthetic clips from that. But basically the first one is where it was at. I don't have a ton of used bookstores that are really close. There are a lot closer in the city of Nashville, but I would have to drive quite a bit to get there. And with kids, it's a little sketchy in Nashville because I don't know all the parts of it. I don't know what neighborhoods they're in, you know, so it's just a little more sketchy to plan to go to Nashville and spend a day at thrifted bookstores. But I'm happy I at least went to do this and got these 3 books. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you were inspired. Let me know what books that you have found and for what prices you found them for. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one.